Collaboration and competition. That's the issue always on the table in human society. Here's some collaboration. Recently, the tech giants from China and the US, Huawei and Xiaomi, Apple and Qualcomm, have all made some major headlines by announcing a groundbreaking century-sized reconciliation. But hold up, because that's not all. According to reports from multiple US media outlets, the storage chip company Micron has gone ahead and reached a global settlement agreement with Jinhua Integrated Circuit Company. Dude, that's a wrap, folks. The era of legal battles is officially over. And here comes the competition part. I gotta see, us humans always seem to be drawn to juicy conflicts, right? Like it's so easy for us to support news like this. Elon Musk publicly called out Apple, expressing his dissatisfaction with their hefty 30% application store commission, and even threatening to create a new phone to compete with them. Boy, did that stir up a storm in Silicon Valley, voicing their discontent with Apple's monopoly. And then there's news about all these tech giants in Silicon Valley laying off employees left and right because of economic downturn and industry constraints in the midst of the industry winter. You think the big players could stay together and weather the storm, right? They're all caught up in a brutal fight amongst themselves. Alright, let's admit it. Whether it's news about reconciliations or conflicts, we investors and the general public just can't resist. All the chaos and drama is up for us to judge and decide where our interests lie. Now, don't get overwhelmed, because today I'm Sheila Wang to help you sort out yourself. How should we really view these tech giants' reconciliations and conflicts? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe my channel for the latest and freshest business and investment updates. If you are interested in a more detailed investing report, be sure to check out my analysis report down below. Now, let's dive into today's topic together. Alright, in the world of tech, conflicts are pretty much par with the course. Summing it up in a sentence, external economic struggles are cracking up the survival pressure. This year, International Monetary Fund has been slashing global growth. The already fragile balance got blown to bits with Elon Musk tweets adding fuel to the fire. And now let's take a closer look at the facts behind these reconciliations. It makes you wonder, how did the competition and disputes between these industry titans evolve into these settlements? The attitude changed so quickly, and what kind of impact will they have? This may be the hottest topic. Well, let's look at the Huawei and Xiaomi settlement at first. These two Chinese tech giants have been going hand to hand in the market. But out of the blue, they hit us with a surprise settlement. One of the reasons behind this is the release of Huawei's new smartphone. The Huawei's 5G Mate 60 Pro is rocking a homegrown 7nm chips, and with some stacking victory, it's achieving the efficiency of a 5nm chip. Here, if you want to get more detail about the Huawei Mate 60 Pro, you can check my former video. Okay, let's continue. This breakthrough has got the US feeling on edge because if China can replace EUV lithography tech, then American semiconductor blockade policy against Huawei is gonna flop, right? The settlement between Huawei and Xiaomi means that these domestic tech giants are bearing the hatchet and joining forces to boost China's semiconductor industry. It's like a united front sending a clear message both at home and abroad. Meanwhile, the settlement between Apple and Qualcomm is making waves too in USA. Apple was giving Qualcomm the stink eye for their patent lessening phase and had been in and out of court battles. But in the end, Apple coughed up a whopping $4.7 billion to Qualcomm. Then Apple started going all in on their own R&D. But with the Huawei and Xiaomi settlement, the US realized that the semiconductor competition is heating up, so they decided to play nice with Qualcomm too. This move indicates that the US is pooling resources to explore the cutting edge of the semiconductor industry. In these two mega settlements, both China and US are clearly signaling a unified front to resolve domestic disputes. In this process, China as a challenger is getting pumped up because science knows no boundaries when there's no ultimate challenger on a global scale. But when that ultimate challenger emerges, science suddenly has borders. And that's exactly what the century-defining statements of these Chinese and American tech giants have demonstrated, my friend. Alright, let's take a peek into the crystal ball and check out what's cooking for the future, guys. The reconciliation dance between the tech titans of China and US is about to send shockwaves through the semiconductor scenes. China's gonna ramp up its semiconductor game, gaining more control, while the US cracks up the exploration of cutting-edge tech in the chip space. That is the trend of our times. We're gonna keep a keen eye on these twists and turns in tech and industry. Now, let's not get carried away. We need to look at this whole reconciliation with tech giants through a lens of objectively, especially when it comes to the long-term impact on the semiconductor realm. Hoping for a future where tech acts as a bridge connecting nations, not build wars.